Welcome to the New Country, New Home programme, where we're telling the story of a refugee woman and her family. In the first part of this programme, we told you about Amit and the challenges that he faced. Now, we're continuing this story from the perspective of his wife, Aisha. The refugee experience is different for her as a woman than it is for Amit. When Aisha began her journey as a refugee, she had no idea what would happen in the future. She's now beginning life in a new home in Europe. Is it possible that this story about Aisha and her family sounds like it might be part of your refugee story?
I have some new friends, but I still feel lonely. When we left our homeland, everything happened so quickly. There was no time for a proper goodbye. I often remember my childhood back there. I realize that my children's experiences are so different. I am worried that their experiences will haunt them forever. They used to have troubles sleeping through the night. Now this is getting better, but we never really forget. It is important for us to learn this new way of living. I have enjoyed the cooking classes and language classes, but I feel like every time I learn something new, I also forget something from my past. I don't know how to hold on to my heritage and still adapt to this new life. Amit does not seem to mind any of this. He does not worry that I'll always disappear. He is very busy with his job and his new friends. A lot of that has to do with that mysterious little book. I know that he values it so much. Since he began reading it, I've noticed a few new changes in him. They are not bad changes at all. He is more patient and kind and loving. But still, everything and everyone is changing. I am tempted to ask him about that book. But will I replace another part of my culture with this new book? I just cannot handle that anymore. Also, he has not yet told our new friends about the book. This makes me curious. One night, Amit and I were sitting at the kitchen table. He asked me if I was happy. I did not know how to answer this question. I told him that I was happy, that we were safe, but that I grieve for our homeland. I explained that everyone is able to move on so quickly, but I find it hard. I asked him how he was doing so well. He said that he still feels lost and upset, but he also said that he has a new sense of hope. He believes that things will get better. He told me that in his little book, it says that all things work together for good to those who love God. I was not sure that I wanted to hear anything about that book, but the sentence he said was not so bad. If it was true, maybe it would help me make sense of all the pain and conflict and suffering in this world. I was not sure what it means about loving God. In my mind, God is powerful and scary, but I like the idea that there is purpose in life. I slept a little better last night. The words, all things work together for good, repeated on my lips as I fell into a deep, deep sleep.
The story of Aisha and her family is not finished. Tomorrow is another day with new challenges and new opportunities. Aisha does not know what will happen, but God knows. God cares about what happens to Aisha and her family. God also cares about what happens to you during this time as you look for a new home in a new country.